In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, bringing forth light, land, and all living creatures. The pinnacle of his creation was man, whom he formed from the dust of the ground and breathed into him the breath of life. This man, named Adam, was placed in the Garden of Eden, a paradise filled with every kind of tree, each bearing fruit that was good to eat. Among these trees stood two of great importance: the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God gave Adam a single command: "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it, you will surely die." Adam was content in the garden, and to ensure he would not be alone, God created a companion for him, Eve, the first woman, fashioned from one of Adam's ribs. Together, they lived in harmony, innocent and unashamed. But lurking in the garden was a serpent, more cunning than any other creature God had made. One day, the serpent approached Eve and spoke to her, twisting God's words. Did God really say, "You must not eat from any tree in the garden?" the serpent asked. Eve replied, "We may eat the fruit of the trees in the garden, but God did say, 'You must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die.'" The serpent, sly and deceitful, contradicted God's warning. "You will not surely die," it said, "for God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Eve, seeing that the fruit of the forbidden tree was pleasing to the eye and desirable for gaining wisdom, took some and ate it. She then gave some to Adam, who was with her, and he ate it as well. In that moment, their eyes were opened, and they realized they were naked. Filled with shame, they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. As the cool evening breeze swept through the garden, Adam and Eve heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden. In fear and guilt, they hid among the trees. The Lord God called to Adam, "Where are you?" Adam replied, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God asked, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam, shifting the blame, said, "The woman you put here with me. She gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." The Lord God then turned to Eve, who confessed, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." Because of their disobedience, God pronounced judgment upon them. To the serpent, he declared, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock and wild animals. You will crawl on your belly and eat dust all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." To Eve, God said, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." To Adam, God pronounced, "Because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you will return." God then made garments of skin for Adam and Eve to clothe them, and he said, "The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever." So God banished them from the Garden of Eden and placed cherubim and a flaming sword to guard the way to the tree of life. And thus the fall of man brought sin and death into the world, forever altering the course of humanity. Yet even in this moment of judgment, God's mercy was evident, as his plan for redemption began to unfold.